Before we get into this video, y'all do me a favor, smash on my like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed. What I want to talk about in this video is the interview that I watched with Turki Alalshikh, His Excellency. And he talked about a lot of things, and what he talked about, I was feeling it. Like, it made me believe that boxing do have a chance to go back to the glory days. But when I start hearing the fans of a certain fan base, it just, I don't know, it made me even rethink, do I even want to cover boxing anymore? Do I even want to be involved in this shit anymore? And so let's get into the video, right? So like I said, I watched the interview today with Turki Alalshikh, and he was saying some brilliant things, man. He really loves boxing. He really into making the best fight the best. What we all should be wanting to see. We all should be wanting to see the best fight the best, and that's what he's all about. Now, I know he's about that because he not just talking it, he's showing it. And he proving that he wants the best to fight the best, and that he wants boxing to go back to the glory days. So he was talking about, like, you know, when he was growing up, all of the best fighters fought each other. Even if they lost, people didn't make a big deal. They turned right back around and they rematched each other. If they lost and they had another fight on the table, they still went through that big fight because that's the fights that the people wanted to see. And he talked about, like, you know, hey, we want to see Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury still. Even if Anthony Joshua loses to Francis Ngannou, we still want to see him fight Tyson Fury because that's a fight that fans wanted to see for years and we never got it. He even talked about how he hopes that Deontay Wilder comes back, right? And so he talks about, you know, just being a boxing historian of the glory days, when we all got the fights that we wanted to see. You got to understand, back in the 70s, the 80s, and early 90s, it was rare that we would get two big name fighters in the same division that didn't fight each other. It was rare. Now, it's a few times like Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe. We never got that. We never got like a Mike Tyson and Riddick Bowe and things like that. But for the most part, we always got the best fighting the best. And that's what he's trying to do. Because a lot of these promoters in the U.S., they're not putting on these fights. They don't want to put on these fights with the best fighting the best because they have too much invested on that certain fighter. They have too much invested on that. Trying to build that fighter is trying to build the narrative that this fighter is undefeated and nobody can beat him. But you ain't putting them in against the best and proving it. They also don't like to take chances on putting on these big fights because of the money situation, right? We always hear these promoters like Bob Arum telling you, I mean, who's gonna pay for it? It's not enough money involved. So we hearing that. And then when we see these pay-per-view numbers come out, it's backing up what these promoters are saying. The fans are not paying to see these fights, right? And they're a lot to blame for it because they wasn't putting on the big fights. They got used to giving us bullshit pay-per-views, putting bullshit cards together in undercards, and people paying to see it just because their favorite fighter is on that undercard. And they continue to do that. And they continue to do that. Now these pay-per-views are flopping. So moving along, right? He gets to talking about how he wants to see Devin Haney fight Gervonta Davis. And he says, you know what? Somebody let Al Heyman know to come holler at me. Somebody let Al Heyman know to come holler at me because I would love to put that fight on. And me, myself, I said, man, it sounds good to me. I don't care if they do it over in Saudi Arabia because it's better for them to do it over there, in my opinion, than us not getting the fight at all. I don't mind having to watch it on TV. I'd much rather watch it on TV than to never watch it at all. And that is the point. So when the fans start talking about this situation, right? And let's just keep it a buck. The Gervonta Davis fans, this is the fan base that I'm talking about. I'm thinking that y'all should want to see the fight, but I'm hearing the exact opposite. I'm hearing Gervonta Davis fans come out, even content creators come out complaining like, oh, y'all can't tell Tank what to do. Oh, Bill Haney, he trying to go behind Gervonta Davis's back. Tank don't need to go over there to make no money. They can't pay Tank, and they trying to force Tank to fight at 140 and all of that, right? All of this nonsense, when all the man said was, hey, that's a fight that I would like. Didn't elaborate on it. He didn't say anything else. But Gervonta Davis's fans, not all of them, but a lot of y'all are in the uproar. Oh, Tank, man, he don't have to do this, and Tank, man, they trying to make Tank this. And I'm like, I thought y'all were supposed to want to see the fight. But see, what this did, it only confirmed what I've been saying on my live streams, what I've been saying for the longest time. A lot of y'all fans now, y'all are so invested and so infatuated with the fighter that you like. In this case, it's Gervonta Davis, that y'all really don't want to see them fight the best. Y'all much rather be able to go on platforms like mine and everybody else and go back and forth and argue about what they will do and what they can do and what they would have done. Y'all don't really want to see these fighters fight each other. See, that's the problem with boxing today. Not just the promoters, not just the fighters, it's the fans. Y'all are really not fans of boxing. Y'all are just fans of the fighter that y'all like at that point in time. And y'all will do anything that you can to keep that fighter out of a competitive fight. Now, this has nothing to do with Gervonta Davis himself, because Tank Davis ain't said a word. All of his fans, y'all are going around speaking for him. They can't tell Tank nothing. And I'm like, man, this is just, it's a problem. It's a problem in boxing. It's going to continue to be a problem because this is exposing a lot of y'all fans. It's exposing a lot of y'all fans. If that man is willing to pay Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney all types of money, more money than either one of them ever made, we don't know what they're willing to pay, but I'm just saying, if he is, what's the problem? Excuse me. Y'all running around here talking about, oh, Tank is already making money. Tank is already doing this and doing that. When did y'all become accountants and advisors? We are fans. We shouldn't even be worried about these things. Let the fighters worry about these things. Let the fighters camp worry about these things. Why are we worried about these things when all we should be worried about is the product that we getting in the ring and the product nowadays that we never get in the ring? And so this exposes a lot of things going on in boxing, man. And yeah, we, the fans, are one of the biggest problems. And so, man, with all that being said, I loved what he was talking about. Hopefully Al Hammond do holler at him. We're going to see, because a lot of people say a lot of good things about Al Hammond when it comes to business. Then you got other people that say a lot of bad things about Al Hammond. They say that Al Hammond don't want to work with other business entities, with other big businessmen that could put things together. He want to keep everything to himself. I don't know that, but we've all heard it. So now we'll see, because I know that Al, he don't have a relationship with the Saudis. He is the only promoter out of all the big promoters that don't have a relationship with them. But is he willing to talk to him? And is he willing to try to establish a relationship with the Saudis? Because if we get Al Hammond on board, we can get all these fights. We can make all these fights happen. They can make all these fights happen. Yeah, We might not be able to go see the fight live, but like I said, it's much better than not getting them at all. Which one do y'all rather? I know a lot of y'all that I'm talking to, y'all don't want to see these fights at all. If it's your favorite fighter involved and your favorite fighter has the chance of taking a L, y'all just don't want to see that. I believe that Gervonta Davis in this situation can beat Devin Haney because I got Tank over Devin. But I'm just saying, as far as the overall picture goes, it's exposing y'all. Yeah, the fans. A lot of y'all don't want to see the best fight the best. A lot of y'all just like talking fantasy shit. Anyway, I just vented a little bit. That's just how I feel about the situation. Hopefully we do get these fights. Hopefully, like I said, if they got to go to Saudi to get them, hey, I'm all for it. And y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure that y'all hit my like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.